Hi, I'm Mary Kopczynski, the CEO of RegAlytics, once again skiing, this time in Red Mountain, Canada. As you can see, they could really use some snow, but I'm happy because we're focused on teaching my 5-year-old to ski, and it's helping us not to have major snow FOMO. I read an interesting New York Times article that talked about how many Americans are still feeling a lot of post-COVID depression, and it's manifesting itself in a total mistrust of not only government, but pretty much any form of societal organization. And I definitely get that. It's hard to trust the system when your whole world was flipped upside down from what it was 5 years ago. But it got me thinking. We're not the only generation to experience this, and that's how I got to the regulator of the week, which is the United Nations. The United Nations is largely ridiculed for its ineffectiveness. Even if the whole world agrees on something, if either US, Russia, China, France, or the United Kingdom oppose it, then it's vetoed. And given that the US, Russia, and China almost never get along on anything and never agree, basically nothing happens. It's depressing, and it's actually one of the reasons that I decided not to pursue my original career path of international human rights law. I asked one of my law professors, how can people live with such little progress in their careers? And she said that sometimes progress is everything staying the same. So this week, you may have heard that there was a UN resolution to uphold a ceasefire in Gaza, and it was actually Russia and China that vetoed the measure. The U.S. abstained, which very much upset Israel. But it brought me comfort because there is actually an organized process for the world to come together, communicate, and move forward for better or for worse. And even though nothing happened and nothing changed, we can blame it on a process that has been in existence for almost 80 years. And it also brought me comfort that this week the UN General Assembly has adopted a resolution on the principles for the deployment and the use of artificial intelligence. It was proposed by the United States and co-sponsored by over 120 countries. This resolution aims to promote safe, secure, and trustworthy AI systems while addressing challenges such as privacy protection, bias prevention, and equitable access. It brings me great comfort that the U.S. continues to engage with the international community and continue to work towards consensus on big issues. And consensus, while slow as heck and always watered down so that no one is completely happy, is the basis of peace in our world. And I'm happy there are people out there still fighting the good fight on behalf of all of us. The topic of the week is fluorescent pink. Remember how I was amazed that South Dakota proposed so many bills earlier this year? Well, the one that I mentioned about fluorescent pink for hunting has officially passed, not only in South Dakota, but Mississippi as well. So that's it. Wyoming's bill died in committee last year, and Georgia's rule is passed by the House, but still sitting with the Senate. So this goes to show that if you want something to change, like the color you can wear while you're hunting, if you put your mind to it, you can make it happen. There were only 18,982 alerts this week, just about half our peak volume. So we passed over the hump of introduced bills, and now we're seeing which ones actually passed. And this week, 528 bills became law in the United States. Wisconsin now requires disclosures in political advertisements containing synthetic media, basically generative AI. Audio communications must include contains content generated by AI at the beginning, and video communications must have it say it the entire video. Violations are going to result in a forfeiture of up to $1,000 per offense. Utah updated its laws relating to cybersecurity breach notification requirements, so be sure to update your strategy for Utah customers. Florida passed a law that commercial entities that publish or distribute material that's harmful to minors must have reasonable age verification methods to prevent access, and they also need to have methods for reporting unlawful access. And the legislation also prohibits the retention of personal identifying information. It's coming live July 1st. Even though I'm on vacation, reading the humdrum process of our government at work brings me great comfort and peace, knowing that our system of democracy, although imperfect, is still alive and well. And some folks object to buying RegAlytics because they don't want the responsibility to know, like ostriches with their head in the sand. But, as JFK said, with great privilege comes great responsibility. And I encourage all of you to skip some of the sensationalized media for a while and read what is actually happening in the world by getting a subscription to RegAlytics. And that's it this week for RegAlytics. We have the global supply chain of the world's regulatory alerts in one very easy to use place. If you need a solution for anything related to regulation, give us a call.